Guys, Meredith Gorman here, and are you still not subscribed to Matt's channel? Well, if you're not, hit the subscribe button because he's giving out free picks each and every week. Hope you have a good rest of your day.
Testing. NFL Week 15, the regular season is coming to a close, guys. Bye weeks are all done. Fantasy playoffs are here for some. And another good week last week on the free play market for you guys. Another outright underdog winner with the Rams, plus 125. Teaser winner as well, getting back on track in the teaser market. We're 10-3 in the outright market, guys. Underdog. Hopefully you have been tailing those all year. Looking to end the season on a strong note. We did have a good start with a client play on the Chiefs, -3. Close game. They were able to get it done in overtime. Mahomes was not good in the middle of that game, but he was able to find Kelsey for a couple big throws. Kelsey won them that game, personally, in my opinion. I'll be looking at 3 games like usual. 2 Saturday games this week. Don't forget, guys. We got UFC and NFL all Saturday. I'm excited for that. One of them being the Pats versus the Colts. Best game on the board this weekend. I'll be going over that game for you guys. Also look at Baltimore versus Green Bay. And then the Monday Nighter, Vikings at Bears. Big warning I want to put out for you guys. Tons of COVID issues going around. A ton going around right now. Main teams that are being hit by them are Cleveland Browns, Washington, and also the Rams. So be careful. Really do your research and read before you get into the plays. I usually send out some plays early. If Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I'm going to have to wait. Till Saturday and Sunday. Could I miss a good line? Sure. But you could also get screwed with COVID and some injuries. So I'm going to wait. And may have a lower volume week personally. Let's get into the weekly updates, guys. Weekly updates. Like I mentioned, underdog outright winner hit. We're going for 11 this week, guys. 10-3 on the year. Teaser winner hit as well. We had a few bad beats, though, personally. Listen to these couple bad beats. I'm not one to really, argue. I'm not one to really bring it up much, but I have to go over these just because I haven't had many. I haven't had many this year. I had some upset losses earlier on in the year. Things been going better as of late. Browns, -2.5 I had. They won by 2. They were up, if I recall, 26-6 in the late third. And Ravens came back. And also Cleveland missed a 30-yard field goal. So that's a bad beat. That counts as a bad beat for me because I do think I was on the right side. They end up winning the game, but, you lose by half point. It sucks. And then Bills plus 3.5. They brought it to OT. A long TD bomb to Pierman, who barely plays. I guess that's why they weren't covering him. And they won. They just needed a field goal to win, but they got the touchdown. So a couple bad beats last week, but we did have some few good winners as well to pretty much even things out with the underdog outright winner. UFC, guys. UFC best bet winner last week, moving to 65% over 2.5 years, all documented. In my best bet market. Profitable UFC 269. Last card of the year. Check it out on my channel. PGA outright winner last week with Kokrak and Na. Kokrak and Na got it done plus 550. Obviously, that's my smallest outright for years, but it's because it was a limited field. 6 outrights last 15 events, guys. There's a couple plus 4,500s in there, plus 20, plus 18. We've been killing the PGA this year, highest in the market. 70% best bets over 2 years, over 63 units. Break until January 6th, but can't wait to exploit the market in 2022 with my clients. NBA 28-13 season. Tricky right now with a lot of virus issues, so you got to try to find and pick your spots. We did get hit. We had a 5-0 week last week, but this week a little bit of a regression. I had the largest volume of plays on Wednesday. 5 plays I found. I didn't find any issues. Didn't get burnt by any late sits or COVID issues, but we did go 2-3. It could have been an easy 4-1, but even a 5-0, but a couple tough losses there. So yeah, it's a very hot start, and you're going to expect some regression, especially after a 5-0 week. NHL low volume. Continues to be low volume. I try to, usually a pick a week maybe. Just haven't been focused on it. Guys, remember, check out systemsportscapping.com. for subscription options. Become a client today. Get my personal plays. Profit long-term in sports betting, which not too many people can do. December sale. 100. This channel. I love doing this. I haven't missed a day for years. This is what I enjoy doing, guys. Saturday. Let's get into the Saturday game that I'm going to talk about. It is the Pats versus Colts. Colts right now -2.5, total 46. Best game of the week, like I mentioned, and it is on a Saturday, guys. So we get a little treat Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and of course Thursday. I couldn't say I saw the Pats being this good and being the number one team in the AFC right now, guys. I'm first to admit it. I did not see this. I've seen the Bills. Maybe if the Ravens were healthy, and of course KC. You know, they won 7 in a row, guys. This team right now. The win streak on the line versus the Colts this week, and it's not going to be an easy matchup on the road here. Taylor, best back in football right now, and he needs to play like it this week. The Pats are tough to pass on, right? Ranked 3rd in the NFL in passing yards allowed. However, you can run on this team. 19th against a run in yards allowed and averaging 4.5 yards per carry. You know, that's what Taylor wants to hear. There's no secret what the Colts want to do here. They're going to run Taylor, and they're going to see if the Pats can stop it. Right? That's what's going to happen here. Can Taylor control this game? You know, Pats like to run the ball as well. 3 passes last week, 2 weeks ago against the Buffalo Bills in that wild weather game. They ran all over the Bills in that one. They got a couple big yard plays too. That one touchdown that they got as well, long run. You know, Indy against the run, not great. Ranked 23rd, 4.5 yards per carry and 111 yards on the ground they're allowing up. Colts defense on both sides of the ball, just okay. You know, they haven't been great this year, even though they do have some stars up front there in the linebacker core, but they just haven't been that great. You know, middle of the pack type of defense. You know, Colts said that they're going to make Jones beat them this week. They're going to stack the box and make Jones beat them. So they called them out. Bill Belichick probably will bring that up in the meetings as well. So that will be interesting to see. I'm very excited for this game. You know, it continues. Jones continues to look good, though. He continues to win games. He does enough. He does enough to win games. He's not turning the ball over, and he's doing what he needs to do to win games. You know, and like I mentioned, Pats are going to be tough to throw on. But I think a good mix, you know, obviously more runs than you know, attempting for big throws or big plays. I think they should run Taylor over 20 rushes at least. You know, and I think if Taylor has a big game, they will hand the Pats their first loss in 7 games. It's just hard to get in front of that. I won't have a personal bet on this. This is not going to make my card. I'm going to try to find a prop just so I can have some action on it. You know, if Colts do stack the box and do say what they're going to do, I'm going to be interested to see how this game goes. My play for this is going to be a lean to the Colts, but I'm not going to bet this game. No comment on the total in this one. Green Bay -5.5 at Baltimore, total 43.5. This game would have been a lot more exciting if we knew Lamar was going to play. And if the Ravens weren't so banged up, right? You have this game circled on your calendar for most exciting games to watch during the regular season. You know, Lamar didn't practice Thursday. I'm doing this video Friday morning. I usually do it Thursday night, but things did come up. We got to see if Lamar's playing, obviously, right? But if Lamar doesn't play, I think this 5.5 should be a no-brainer on the Green Bay Packers, especially with Baltimore's injuries. On defense. Baltimore is so banged up on defense, they brought back Tony Jefferson, guys, and cleaned them off waivers who no one wanted this guy. You know, Rodgers should be able to pick them apart, in my opinion. This secondary is terrible. Could be a slow day, though, for the backs, as the Ravens have one of the top rushing defenses in the league. If Lamar does play, how much will he be able to run, right? You're taking away his weapon. I don't think he's going to be running a ton. I think even if he does play, getting Green Bay is a good bet here. You know, we seen Bateman arrive last week in Baltimore. He had 103 yards with Huntley at quarterback. That was nice to see if you're a Ravens fan. This offense is still right? They still don't have a true running back. Freeman's been doing okay. Murray hasn't been playing as much, but Freeman's been okay. He's been okay, better than I thought he would be, but he's not doing a ton. He's not a threat. They're not stacking the box against him. Why I like this Green Bay team so much is their defense. We know they have a good offense, but their defense has been playing great, guys. 6.7 yards per attempt, and they're allowing an 86 passer rating allowed against QB. So that's a very solid, I think top 5, top 6 in the NFL. This Packers team is starting to be the complete package, you guys. If they start getting everyone back at the right time on the injury front, I am excited for this Packers team to maybe make the Super Bowl, and we do have an outright Super Bowl ticket on them this year. I say play the Packers here. I'm going to find them, at least get them in a money line parlay for me, 2-team money line parlay. I could get to this 5.5. Just wait for the injuries and any COVID issues. Monday nighter, guys. Yes, we have the Vikings minus 5.5 at the Bears, Chicago Bears. If the Bears play anything like last week against the Green Bay, especially in that first half, they have a good chance to win this game outright, but also cover. They gave the Packers a scare early, some big plays, couple big, one run back by Grant. And, obviously the rookie QB at times has been up and down, but he does show some signs. Vikings got a win versus the Steelers. Steelers made a big comeback in there, but, Steelers just been disappointing all year. Cook was huge with 200 yards on the ground. We weren't even sure if he was going to play in that game, but Cook was the main difference. They won that game. Dillon had a nice game versus the Bears last week, so I expect Cook to run over 20 times here on the road against the Bears. Thing is, you can also throw on this Bears team. The defense just isn't like the old Bears. Jefferson is lined for a big game here. You may want to look at his props. Adams and Rodgers had a big game together, so I expect they're going to be able to throw the ball as well. No shutdown corner in Chicago, which has been the issue there. Cousins wasn't great last week with a rating under 64. However, Cook bailed him out, right? Thielen being out, and I do think he may be out for this one as well, is not helping. He's a reliable target. For Cousins, he always looks like look his way, and without if it's just Jefferson, then it's a little more one-dimensional. Bears do have some hope. They have some hope on D. Now, obviously, they have the loss to Mac. They have some injuries, but Robert Quinn, guys. Robert Quinn having a huge year, 14 sacks on the year, guys. He's going to be Pro Bowler definitely, and he could break the Chicago sack record, which is interesting. He'll be a problem for the Vikings for sure. But talking about sacks, the Vikings actually have the most. They have the most sacks in the NFL. So that's going to be a concern, even though the rookie QB loves to scramble. I think the path for Chicago to be successful in this game is to just run Montgomery, run him a ton. They're allowing 4.7 yards per carry and 130 yards per game, right? To running back. So Fields, Montgomery, run the ball a ton. Look for those openings. But I'm going to take the Bears here with the points, plus 5.5 at home. Monday nighter, fans should be up for it. Cold. I like the Bears to hang around. I don't know if they can win the game, but if they can slow down Cook somewhat, I think they have a chance to hang around. Underdog outright, guys. What you guys all been waiting for, I'm sure. Trying to go to 11-3 on the year. 11-3 on the year. Pats, of course, are an option. Patriots, I mentioned it already. The Texans, I don't like it. I don't like the spot just because the firing of Urban Meyer. I think they'll be jacked up for this one. And, Texans on the road is something you want to avoid. I like the Bengals here. I think that my favorite one is the Bengals followed by the Pats. Bengals on the road versus Denver is a look for me. Lost 2 in a row. They're going to be up for this game. They're going to throw everything they can at this Denver team. This Denver team is very inconsistent. So it is always tough to call their games. Both running backs are questionable and banged up. Williams and Gordon, that's something to keep in mind. Obviously, their front line is still banged up. So if they can get some pressure to Bridgewater, I think they have a good chance to win this game. That's going to be the play. Bengals on the road. And then my Pats will be my second favorite game. Weekly teaser, guys. Weekly teaser. Can we make it 3 in a row? We have been up and down in the teaser market. But let's try to make it 3 in a row. Mine's going to be the Pats plus 8.5, who I talked about already, and the Bills minus 4.5. I think they win by a touchdown or more. Allen is playing. He did practice, and the Panthers are terrible. That will do it, guys. That will do it for the video. Sorry, I'm putting it out a little later than normal. Enjoy the Saturday games. Always a treat when you get Saturday and Sunday games. I know what I'm doing all weekend. Watching football, watching UFC, throwing in some NBA as well. And I may check out that Jake Paul fight just to see if Woodley can finally shut him up. Like I always say, guys, bet smart and know your limits. Take care.